Channel die FLP-File.
Schicke not, yeah.
Channel die FLP-File.
Schicke. All right. Welcome to another flight in FSX Steam Edition. Today we're gonna fly from Rome to Vienna. We already prepared shared cockpit and we just did the fuel management. And now we're gonna do the flight plan. Um, Chrissy, can you see the stream?
I can't yet, but I want to say hello. Hello, I'm Chrissy, Herbert's cousin. I'm here in Vienna. Herbert is in Manchester, Connecticut, and I'm gonna be the co-pilot. Herbert will be the pilot in command for the first part of the flight. He will do the preparing of the cockpit, and he will taxi the plane to the runway. We'll do the takeoff run and the initial climb to our cruising altitude, where we're gonna change in the middle of the flight, and I will do the rest, and we'll try to do a nice landing in Vienna.
All right.
And yeah, enjoy.
So make sure you have the flight plan open so you can look it with me, watch it with me. Um, Let me know when you have it open
Hold
on
on a
your
second.
iPad.
So you mean I'm on the iPad, right? I'm
Yeah.
on the iPad.
Either
I'm
you
on
use the
Twitch.
Twitch app or you go on the Twitch
Yeah,
site.
I'm on the Twitch app, and I Google for your name, right? Pipe
Hmm.
chess.
You can just
Pipe,
subscribe to me too, then you see it in the future when I go online.
right. Pipe chess. Rome to Vienna. Here we are. And
You should see the flight plan
I
on.
see the flight plan. Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
And keep in mind there's a delay of about 10 seconds. So
Yeah,
if I say something, you hear it slightly different. So we're gonna leave that at Airbus FLP file. Do we need the PDF?
no,
No. Okay.
we don't need the PDF. We would need it if we do WATSIM. So we have um, for our filing route, we can file it easier.
Okay.
But we just need the FLP file.
All right. So we do LRIF, which is Leonardo da Vinci Fiumicino. Destination is LOWG. Sorry, WW for Vienna. Um, we leave it at 2004. Flight level we said 3500, right? 350.
We can you just no, you take the routes between flight level 300 and flight level 400.
Okay. I'm gonna put it to 300 and flight level
400.
400. Okay. We
Right.
fly the Airbus A320. Fuel units kilograms we said.
Right.
Um, and use SID. That's fine, right? The checks at the bottom.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Create plan.
Well,
All right. And we are flying LRIF, Tiber, Intut, Gotmo, Erdon, Airlit, ANC, Boozer, Nicole, Valu, Lapna, and then LOWW.
so Herb, I wanna tell you something. I figured out that when you have the waypoints around the airport, like when you fly into Vienna,
Mm-hmm.
and you have those waypoints closer, like to the airport, not the far those far away, like 100 miles,
Mm-hmm.
like those really close. They are waypoints always with the last two um,
Characters.
characters of the alphabet from the ICAO code. Like in Vienna, the last waypoints would be whiskey whiskey 683, whiskey whiskey 682.
Oh,
Whereas
gotcha.
when you go to Innsbruck, where the ICAO code of the airport is Lima Oscar Whiskey India, the
It's Whiskey
air
India.
it's Whiskey India. If
Mm-hmm.
you go to Nikola Tesla Airport, where the airport has Bravo Echo as the last two capitals, it would be the waypoints would be also Bravo Echo 685.
Gotcha.
So there is always in aviation a kind of a system.
Gotcha. So
Try,
you
they
can you
try
can
to make it
basically
easier.
so if you basically have a waypoint and you know the country of the waypoint, you should be able to derive the airport of the waypoint.
right.
Okay.
And when you know towns, because most of the waypoints sound a little funny, but
Mm-hmm.
they're either mountains or rivers or towns. For example, there's also a waypoint called Leobe, which is exactly in the area of Leoben, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always something connected to a waypoint. It's not a nonsense word, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right, so we got that. Fuel usage for today is 3.5 tons, basically 3,491 kilograms. Um, takes us about what 1 hour and 24 minutes. The reserve fuel is 3 tons, which gives us another 1 hour and 50 minutes. And fuel on board total is 6,592 kilograms. It's about 6.6 tons, which keeps us in the air for 2 hours and 39 minutes. But the flight should be obviously way shorter. It should be around 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I go to files, and I'm downloading the FLP file, and I'm gonna send you that real quick over Discord.
thank you.
Let's do that real quick. Message, downloads.
Got it.
All right.
So you tell the folks how it works to file it into the plane directly.
I actually forgot how to do that.
Okay. So you go on your downloads where you find the file,
Yeah.
the FLP file. You cut it out,
Mm-hmm. Actually, let me
and
show that. Let me show that real quick. I'm gonna switch
yeah.
over to my other screen so people see it.
Oh, I thought you're showing it anyway.
All right. So let's bring the file manager over here.
So for the folks,
Downloads.
it's really easy with those files. It's like in a real life where you're a pilot, you don't usually uh, plan your routes. Usually your company um, plans your routes because of efficiency. They want to have the shortest way, the most efficient way. So the company sends the routes directly to the plane, and when the pilot usually gets on the plane, the route is already in his well as autopilot. You call it actually FMS in your flight management system, and they call it company routes. So you usually fly company routes, not self-planned routes, and that's exactly what we just did. We created a company route. We send it to our plane, and when we get on the plane, the route will be there.
Yep. So I have the file here now, the FLP file, and then we open what?
You cut it out, and you go to Documents, where you find an Aerosoft folder,
Mm-hmm.
and you press Airbus, and the first should be flight plans,
And then we put that in here. And so I already see our last flight plan, so I'm gonna delete the old
right?
flight plan out.
All the flight plans are saved in here, and you can open it from your plane. So
So
from
we
your
have now
plane, yeah,
the flight plan in here, and we just put it, that's under your documents, Aerosoft, Airbus, flight plans. All right.
exactly. That's really easy, and it's really helpful because otherwise you have to fill in every waypoint on your plane, which takes forever.
And
And
this
no
way it's getting
pilot,
preloaded, and you basically just control it. All right.
right,
So we're
right,
basically ready to um, go into the flight simulator. We're not gonna fly VATSIM today, so we're still gonna do announcements. Um, the way we would do it in VATSIM, but we're not relying on VATSIM to be there, make it
right.
less
So
stressful.
we won't get an answer, but just for practice for both of us, as we're really new to AdSim, we're just um, doing it like we would do it in real life
All
or
right.
in VATSIM.
So my current aircraft selected is the Airbus A320-214 CFM. My current location is obviously Rome, so we're gonna look for Fiumicino. Um, let's see, there's a lot of them in there. Fiumicino, LRIF.
We are taking the same parking spot. Let me figure out her. I check on the map
Mm-hmm. Sure.
which one we're gonna take. Okay.
Probably medium
Yeah.
gate, right?
I check it on the real map as we get it here. Um, I look up for one which is more easy to taxi to, or which is not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we're also going to use real weather data, so we should see um,
so I think we should take 707 if it's available.
707. Let me
Um,
see.
doesn't seem to be available here.
No, it's not. I think they restructured the airport at one point.
Yeah, we don't have the latest, because it was funny. I once flew to Rome with Watson, and he told me to taxi on taxiway Delta, and I was like, "That's a runway," and he said, "Yeah, that was a runway. You have an old texture pack. It's meanwhile it's a taxiway, not a runway anymore."
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was weird. I was taxiing on the runway. So let me
Let's
check.
just go on.
Right, let's just take anyone.
Let's take gate
Um,
case K8. It's a medium gate.
right.
Gate K8.
All right.
Let's do that.
So for you guys, we have to take the same gate. We are not in the same world, but we're gonna connect our planes, and we are actually separated. We are not in the same.
Let's also make sure we have the same time, the local time. What local time do we want to fly? Let's do.
I press 407.
So it's 16 local time, right? You
Right,
said. Okay. So let me get that in.
1607.
Let's do 1607. Yeah. 16.
We have real weather,
Yeah, I
and
did that already. 1607 local time. There we go.
yep.
So
So
4:07
Herbert,
p.m.
can I send you something in Discord like charts, and you can see the charts?
Yeah, sure.
Because I could send you then taxi charts and departure charts I have um on my flight management here. So I don't have any yet, but soon we taxi. I send to you so you have the same as I do.
Sounds good.
All right, 407, and I would say fly now, right?
Yeah, let's go
Are
in.
you ready? One, two, three. So the first thing, soon we are in the cockpit. We would both load the cold and dark mode, and then we will connect our planes.
Hey, Pilot
And we
Max, thanks for watching. My uh, CPU is a 4790K, and my graphics card is a GTX 1070. Let me just.
okay, I'm in.
Same here.
I go to on my right MCDU. I
Do me
check.
do me do me one favor and wait for a second. I'm just gonna respond back here real quick. Do I have a Do I have the DX10 fixer? No, I don't. I don't even know what that will do. All right, so I'm in the aircraft, and you said you will take over the co-pilot seat, right?
Exactly. So don't rush. Just turn on your
Let me just
cold
get
and
ready.
dark mode.
Will do. Give me one second. So we're gonna go aircraft state, cold and dark, and we are cold and
Exactly.
dark.
And you are ready to connect. So first of all, you go to your upper panel,
Yep.
and then make sure that you selected external power on and switch the batteries on so your MCDUs get some power. to light up again.
Yeah, so external power
And
is on, and the
and the
batteries.
battery 1 and 2 is on.
Battery 1 and 2 is on. Give me one
Okay.
sec. Is that generator
Above
1 and 2?
external power, no, bat
Oh,
1
I
and
see it.
2.
Yep. They're both on.
Right. Next thing is just to turn on nav and logo lights. Logo lights, so
Yep.
everybody knows we're in the cockpit and
Logo is on
doing
and
doing preparation. That's it. Just logo for now.
yep.
All the other lights off. All right. So we go down to the MCDU number 2. Um, we go to connecting flight deck. And I will select slave because I'm not the pilot in command, and you should have masters.
Correct. Yep.
And you're number 1 to connect, and once your connection is on, I follow you.
Okay, I will click now. It's still. I tell you, connection okay.
All right. So we press sync displays and sync in the overlay.
They're both on already for me.
Right. So Herb, for now, because it's still an experimental version of the simulating, make sure once you use the MCDUs and or we always go to the main panel, which would be MCDU main menu, or on the other side, let's say it's the flight plan page, okay? So if you change something, let's always go back.
Okay.
I figured out that's the best way to avoid troubles.
So on the left one, we always go to to flight plan, and on the other one, you want to go where?
To this menu you see now where it says aircraft state. That's the general menu, okay?
Okay.
Do you
All
see
right.
it?
Yep.
So go to your external view and check if doors should be open, right?
Doors open. Yep.
So I would say, because I'm on the right side and I'm responsible for doors, I close the right door, the front left door, and we check if it's closing also. Oh, we can't yet. No, because we did not completed boarding. But let's say, do you see?
The left door for me is open. The right door is closed.
Herb, try the thrust, full thrust, and I check if we are synchronized. Full thrust. Yes, we are. Perfect. I do the same. Yes, we're synchronized.
I didn't see the thrust lever though.
No, I can't, because this is just master.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
This is just master. All right. So as I'm the pilot, the monitoring, not the pilot in command, I would say I start with the basic preparation checklist, Herbert.
Okay, and I'm gonna follow through. I'm just gonna display basic operations here real quick. That's the checklist we're gonna go through. And so we go to the overhead panel, and you're gonna go start the checklist, and I'm following through.
Battery master switch 1 and 2
are on.
You're saying on. External power
on.
Nav lights
on.
All right, we're going down to our seat and turning on all the displays.
We'll
Primary
do that now.
flight display.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I just need to go down there. PFD on.
Right. Nav display.
Nav display on.
The ECAM displays.
ECAM displays, give me 1 second. Are on.
Perfect. Integrated lights if required, not required.
We don't need them, it's daylight, we don't need them right now, yeah?
Alright. MCDU and the data. That's my job.
That's your job, yep.
So I am basically in charge of boarding, fuel, and the cargo, weight and balance. So I'm already did my load and fuel before, so I'm actually just initiating the load sheet. And
you're going into load and fuel right now, right? Yep.
Right, I'm in the load and fuel. Can you see?
Yep, I switched over to load and fuel.
So we have 120 packs on board. We have 3 tons of cargo. We're bringing some mask back to Vienna. We have 8.5 tons of fuel, which is a total takeoff weight of 62.29 tons, which gives us a center of gravity 0.28 and a takeoff trim of 0.1, which will we configure later on. But 0.1 is our takeoff trim up 0.1, which is important for our takeoff. The pressure you have to put on your joystick to pull or push. It's important to have the right one. So we press instant and the boarding is completed. So we have a door view here in the middle eakers, in the lower middle eakers. And the Airbus is really intelligent plane. It knows already the next step of the checklists and shows you always the right display, which the co-pilot or the pilot needs, so you don't have to think too much. That's what some Airbus pilots actually complain. It's so intelligent, and when you go back to Boeing, you don't you forget things because the Airbus did it for you. So we go here. Let me think. We go here to the doors page, and we close the front left door, and it's closing, and it's closed.
Close confirmed.
All right. So the next
Captain,
is
the
the
cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Perfect.
so the
We just got an
stewardess just
announcement.
told us
Yep.
she got cabin announcement that the cabin is secure and we are ready to go.
All right. So we basically, let me switch over to the checklist. We basically fulfilled basic preparations, and the next one we want to go through here is cockpit preparation.
All right, Herb. Engine master number 1 and 2.
All right. Let me go over here to the panel. Engine master 1 and 2. So that's where I had the most problem last time. Engine master 1 and 2 is where? At the top of my...
The engine master 1 and 2 is actually the fuel cut. It's actually
Oh,
those
gotcha.
they are right underneath your throttle and they're cutting your fuel. So if you turn
Okay.
off the engines, you turn them to off, and they should be off now.
Yep, the fuel master 1 and 2 are off.
Engine master 1 and 2 off, and the engine mode selector is
Normal.
right at normal. Right. Landing gear landing gear.
Landing gear is down.
Parking brake
Parking
is
brake is off.
flaps lever.
0.
Speed brakes,
Lock. Hold on. So we gotta lock
they're
the speed brakes. Speed
disarmed.
brakes disarmed.
No, that's armed,
Oh, sorry.
and that's
Disarmed.
it
Yep.
was disarmed. Yeah. Thrust lever is idle.
Idle, yeah.
Transponder mode is standby. Standby, yeah.
Transponder mode
That's
standby, yep.
radio control panels on.
On. Let me switch that on real quick. Radio panel on.
Perfect. ECAM recall check. So this is actually the ECAM has a system where it tells you if any trouble so far. So we go on the ECAM page. It's in the middle panel, right underneath the lower ECAM
Yep.
panel, and you can press
To config? No.
recall. It's the lower row next to clear. It says recall. RCL.
Next to clear RCL, yep. Pressing
Press
RCL.
it.
Yep.
Oh, it stays. It's with me. It's still the doors page.
Yeah, it says the same thing. RCL, press RCL, but nothing happens.
Okay. Maybe we can't make a recall yet. And this kit switch is important, so we don't skid.
Yeah, let me just get up there to that panel. Let me just switch view here real quick. Anti-skid is on.
Perfect. The flight director.
Is on.
The flight director basically is extra autopilot. He actually tells you if the autopilot would be off, where to fly, which angle of attack to take, which direction. It's actually an extra monitoring what you're doing, like an extra co-pilot.
Yep.
Uh, emergency lights.
Emergency
Armed.
lights. Let me go. Emergency lights are armed.
Are armed. Perfect. So closing my window on the right before we go. So no smoking signs on.
No smoking signs on.
Wing and anti-engine eyes off.
We don't need that right now. Yep, off.
No, we don't need anti-ice as long there's no ice conditions. The probe window heat is auto and off position.
Where do I find that one?
It's always up. It's also up there in the same row.
Oh, I see it. Yep, off.
The hot air bleeds and packs are on. Those are basically the air condition.
Mm-hmm.
They are on but fault because there's no engines.
Yep, I see it now.
APU generator is in the electrical unit up there, is on.
Yep. APU is on.
Fuel pumps all on, please.
Fuel pumps all on. Oh, you said fuel pumps, right? Oops.
Right. All on. No, you're right. You just did right.
All right.
Then the hydraulic electric pump on, please.
On.
Perfect. So you can hear now a typical A320 sound. It's the hydraulic pump.
There it is.
So next thing is the so-called GPWS. It's a ground proximity warning system. It tells you if you're near the ground, and it gives you recommendation to either pull up or set your flaps or set your gear.
Mm-hmm.
It's on.
It's on.
Next
Yep.
is the FCS, which is on. It's actually more or less the so-called black box, the recorder. The
Where do you see
FCS.
that? I forgot what it is. I know it's on, but I just want to know where it is.
It's also underneath ground. You actually turn the ground on.
Okay, ground CTL.
Underneath. No, CTL. Did you turn it on? Now it's on.
Yep, it's on. Yep.
Now we turn on the aiders. It's more or less the navigation system of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
We have to turn all the three to nav, so the plane
Gets
knows
its
where it
position.
is.
Yep. So we're gonna switch all three on.
So
Nav.
all three to nav.
Nav. Nav.
Right. All right. So next point
And this takes. Give me 1 second. So this normally takes a little bit, right? So it takes between 5 and 10 minutes.
It depends. There is a quick mode. For example, if you go and you have a quick turnaround on an airport, like 30 minutes, you have a quick mode. The plane remembers where it last was. So it has a 1 minute mode, and there's 10 minutes mode, and even a longer one. It depends how long the plane was turned off,
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we have a 5 minute mode. 5
Gotcha.
minutes, the plane got his position.
Gotcha. Okay. So that completes our cockpit preparation page.
All right.
And we're gonna
So
switch to.
We're
we actually.
requesting ATC clearance.
All right. I will do that.
No, we have to talk about the departure route and our first waypoint.
All right. So let me bring. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna go back here. Do you remember the departure point and the waypoint?
No, but we can. I know. We can jump over to the next page, where we go. The next checklist is the MCU data entry, and we can figure it out this
I
way.
have it open. I have it open here now. The first waypoint will be Tiber.
Can you say it to me? What is it?
Tiber. Tiber. Tiber.
Tango India
Tango,
Bravo
Bravo, Echo, Romeo.
Echo Romeo. Okay, so I'm basically now checking. I have the route, the map here of the airport, and I'm checking the departure routes.
Mm-hmm.
And we are today. I have to monitor the ATIS here of the airport, and I
What's
will
the
tell you
frequency?
the frequency is 121.675. So we have a QNH of 1022, ILS runway 25 in use, landing and departing runway 25.
You said
25,
121.675?
it's 121.675 with a wind of 265 at 9, 265 at 9, and
Just make sure I actually get the sound of the.
well, you probably have to turn it off because we don't use it during LATSIM. We don't use
Yeah,
the
that's what I said.
the
I turned it
ATIS.
off last time. Give me one sec.
So we have information delta on board, which tells us we have a QNH of 1022, runway in use for departing 25, and we have a wind of 265 to 9.
All right.
So runway 25. Let me check. Let me check. Runway 25. So I'm trying to find the right.
Beautiful flying weather today, by the way. No clouds.
So we are taking a sit north, and seems like we are taking the Tiber 6 Bravo departure from runway 25, brings us to the Tiva waypoint, and thereon we flying as routed. All
Okay.
right, we're taking Tiber 6 Bravo departure. So I'm asking for clearance.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. Hello, Rome Ground. Here's Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. Requesting clearance to Vienna, Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey via the Tiber 6 Bravo departure. Alright, we got clearance to Vienna via the Tiber 6 Bravo departure. Initially 9000, squawk 4626, and Queen H is 1022, Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. Alright, we got the Tiber 6 Bravo departure, Queen H is 1022. We're gonna set that in the box and we're gonna follow the
MCDU data entry, which is the next chart.
exactly which you are gonna.
All
So
right.
I changed it on my side 1 to 1 to 2 to 1, and I'm gonna do it also in the lower altitude indication 1 to 1 2 1 0 1 2 2. 012. All right, Herb.
I don't see it on my
So
squawk box though. That you
no, not
changed
at
it.
the squawk. I was talking about the Queen H, and I will
Oh,
squawk
gotcha.
4626.
Yeah, I see it.
4626.
Confirmed. All right, so we're
All
going
right.
through MCDU data entry. Init page. Going to init page. Enter departure and destination airport. So the first one, let me just zoom in here.
Lemur,
Uh,
India, Romeo, Foxtrot.
Lima, India, Romeo, Foxtrot, LRIF to RTE. No, sorry, from, and then
Now
slash
slash
Lima,
Oscar,
Oscar. Hold on. Whiskey,
whiskey,
whiskey.
whiskey.
From to is in.
And that's our company route on the left side. All right.
All right.
So next is align IRS. So
Yeah.
we finalize the alignment.
How do we do that?
Just press the button. It tells you, the airport tells you the right button. It's always the right, underneath the
Oh, I
airport.
see it. Yep, I see it. Align IRS confirmed.
So alternate, you go to alternate. Airport, it's underneath the from to.
Yep. Not allowed.
No, you have to, sorry, our alternate will be
It's LO.
Lima, Oscar, Whiskey, Golf.
Okay, Graz. Okay, so we do. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Lima, whiskey. Sorry. Oops.
Lima,
Yeah.
Lima, Oscar,
Oscar, whiskey,
Whiskey.
G.
So talking about those, it's also a very, it's a system in Austria. No, just return. Just return.
There we go. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Next one on the list. Flight number.
Sorry, I'm not synchronized. Did you go? I see new waypoint now.
No. This is alternate.
Did you put in Lima, Oscar, Whiskey, Golf?
Yep.
Okay. Can I hold on? I press here now. I don't see it. I have. Are we
Yeah, I
still
see it. I
connected?
see it that you do. Let's just resynchronize real quick. Can we resynchronize?
No. Never.
Never mind. Okay. All
Never
right.
mind. I'm sure it's still synchronized.
Next one would be flight number, right?
So basically, the call sign of Austrian is Alpha Uniform Alpha, and the flight number is always Oscar Sierra, and then 1 Kilo Fox. So Alpha is for the ATC, and Oscar Sierra would be the call, the flight number. So you cleared out. Now you cleared out the Austrian Uniform Alpha, just Oscar Sierra.
One
Oscar.
Kilo Foxtrot, right?
Oscar Sierra, 1 Kilo Foxtrot, and then
Oscar
in the
Sierra, 1 Kilo Foxtrot.
right.
It's in.
So we are flying with a costing tax. The company is 55 today.
It's in.
And the cruising level, yes, is flight level 350.
And temperature?
Now just 35000. You either press in Foxtrot Lima and then 350, or right, and then in. It knows exactly how much the temperature, because
Okay.
it's always the same. It's in the atmosphere.
Sure.
It's always.
Okay.
And it says the troposphere is 36,000. The troposphere today goes up to 36,000.
Gotcha.
Okay. So next will be select departure runway. We go to flight plan. To the flight page. Okay, right. We press Lima, India, Romeo, Foxtrot. Departure is runway 25. Departure. And then you go take the up. You press actually up and then you go down. 25, yeah?
25, yeah.
Exactly. And then you take T-bird departure. Down.
Oh, I went too fast. Hold I don't see Tiba departure.
So we don't have a T-bird departure. Obviously, because obviously there is a T-bird departure. It's weird. Let me check on my. What does he recommend? What's the departures? The Nani, the Noza, the Nani. We can take a Nani departure actually, but let me check first.
Name departure.
No, I'm checking. Oh, I'm checking the charts. So runway 25, C 30. See runway 25, C 31. We take. What we do is we take Ernen 5 Alpha departure.
Um,
Do they have it?
no, it doesn't look like it.
Let me check.
It starts with an E, right?
Then we got the Rabel about departure?
With R? Yep. Romeo? No, we don't.
Romeo?
No.
We have the Xeno. It's a little weird. Maybe they don't.
I think
Eclo, they have Eclo. Hold on.
A close 7R.
Hold on a second. We can the Eclo 7R. Yeah, let's take the Eclo 7R. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
A close 7R. Yep.
And insert.
Alright.
Delivery, hello, Austrian 1 Kilo Fox. We reached Eclo 7R departure. Okay, Eclo 7R departure is approved. Austrian 1 Kilo Fox. Okay, so
Main flight
next
panel.
thing we go and check if we have this community server where you go through all the waypoints, pressing up, and then you check if there's a this community where the plane doesn't know where to go.
Yep, we have one.
You press clear and then you press next to the flight plan, next to this community. You press the clear button and then and then insert. And now it's cleared out. All right, the arrival we don't know yet, so as we don't know it, we put one in, so it's easier. You press on LOW on Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey and take arrival. What was our last waypoint? Do you know?
Lapna.
Okay, you go on ILS 34. We will take the ILS 34. Yeah, and then you go down. Natna up.
Lapna.
You already
Yep.
missed it. The Natna arrival. Did you take the? Lapna arrival, is this right?
Lapna 1W 1 whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, let me check the transition. Hold on. I need the transition. Check the transition real quick. Okay?
Yeah. How do
Are
I
you
do that?
okay?
Yeah.
Now we take the ballot transition. Go on transition. I know it's the top ballot transition on the 3-4 usually.
So I don't. What do you mean?
No, don't do anything. I check it on the charts from Vienna real
Gotcha.
quick. So you said, hold on real quick. Don't need to rush. We don't need to rush. The Arnav transition on the 3-4 would be either a Palad or a Pesat. And we take arrival. And you said what's a lap?
Lima Alpha 1.
Lapna 1 whiskey goes to Palad. So we have a Palad transition. We go on transition, which is underneath the star on the right side up there, where it says, no, you go on via. Sorry, on the left side under ILS 3-4. You say via, and now you select transition. You go up. Palad 3 November. No, sorry, it was there. Palad 3 November was on the first. And now insert. Okay, everything is in the box now.
All right.
Press again, flight plan page. So
Yep.
it's up. Perfect. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're flight plan match. Everything is on. RAT-nav page we don't need it. It goes automatically. You go on init page. Init herb.
Yep. Just always.
Go on the second page if you press low. Init 2. Init proper page.
Wait. Said it again.
Left. You go on here. On this button. Left on the
Yep.
left button. On the. And now you type in 8.5. 8.5. And next to block fuel, so the plane knows how much fuel. All right. So we go on the perf page, performance page. We make a flaps 1 takeoff where you go 1. And next to flaps.
Just want to make sure I press the right button. There we go. So we have a V1 of 119 miles per hour. V rotate 130 and V2 131.
All right. And we have a thrust reduction. You press 1,000. You press 1,000/1000 and put it into the thrust reduction. That's where our thrust goes back to. It's usually 1,000 above the elevation height.
And we put that into.
Here, thrust.
Okay.
Here.
There we go.
And engine out is if we have an engine out, we usually want to climb up to about 2,500 above ground, which is with V2 speed, so we are all right. So actually, cockpit preparation number 2. Let's quickly go through.
Hold on. I'm just gonna switch that over. I'm gonna show that.
Landing. The landing system is off. The landing system is off. Shows us next to the flight director indicator. The arc mode is on, and we have a range of 10.
Range of 10 confirmed. Yep.
And we go to constraints. We want to have the constraints and
CSTR. Yep.
Right, and we need to flight plan speed, bold, heading bold, and the first is initially 6,000.
6,000. Okay. There was 8,000. They said. You said.
8,000.
Okay.
Right. Slashed and bold. Perfect. ECAM status checked. IRS is aligned, and MCDU set flight plan page, please.
Okay. Flight plan page. Yep.
Perfect. All right. Before start checklist, please APU master on.
Give me one second. I will always want to show the checklists. So first thing is APU master. Basically, we're taking care of the APU right now.
We can now check in the lower ECAM page the APU. Usually did you turn it on?
Hold on. No, give me 1 second. You always gotta think that I want to show everything too.
Yeah.
So we had the lower. All right. So we're gonna go up to the panel, which I'll do right now. All right. We're gonna switch on APU master on, which is at the bottom. Master APU on. Yep.
And now we go to the lower ecam page, and we can see now the lower ecam page, the APU, the Airbus showed us. Now it already said flap open, which means that the flap, the air intake flap is open for the APU, because the APU is more or less a little engine who gives us power for engine startup.
Yep.
And the flap is open, so next thing is we can start the APU now.
Okay, so we press on start.
And now we are monitoring on the lower ecam page the startup. So EGD is raising. It raises it up to about 750 degrees until N1 goes up to a 90%. Then it will drop, and the EGT will like stabilize around 200 for 300 degrees Celsius. So we have an N1 of 50.
50 right now, yeah. And the temperature is dropping. The EGT off. It's gonna go to 600 and further down.
Looking good. That's
as soon as the APU is online, we would see that it's available, right, on the start button.
Exactly, and we see the APU generator is now already coming up, and it will show available. Now it's available.
Now it's available, yeah.
Right. So we turn the external power unit off.
Isn't the next one? Okay, external power available, yeah.
All right, parking brake we turn on. It's my job. Thrust is idle. It's your job. Barometric references are set. Seatbelt signs on, please.
Seatbelt signs on.
The external power is off. The doors are closed, and we're removing traffic counts and wheel chocks and external power unit. Perfect. So beacon light on, please. So beacon light shows everybody that we're right before engine startup.
Beacon lights on.
All right. So if you are ready, we are ready for engine start.
All right. With pushback, do you want to do the request for pushback?
No, I think we can make a right turn. Don't
Okay.
need the pushback, actually, you know.
Okay. Engine startup. Give me 1 second, please.
All right. I ask for pushback and for startup clearance. So.
Okay.
Rome delivery ready for startup and pushback. All right. Contacting ground on 122.8.
Putting that into my 122.8.
Yeah.
One to 2.8. All right, engine startup. With pushback, we're gonna have parking.
Here's Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. Request startup. Startup is approved. Call you when ready for taxi. Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. Startup is approved. We're ready for engine start now.
Okay. Engine mode select, ignition start.
All right. Confirm it.
Ignition start.
Engine master 2 on.
Engine master 2 on. So if we look here now, our engine should come up. And there it is. Engine 2 is starting up.
We have an N2 rising. We have a EGT rising. So on the upper ecam, you can see our flex takeoff today.
Hold on.
Is engine number 2 is stabilized. Engine number masters number 1 on, please.
Engine master number 1 on.
So for those folks, we're not making a full thrust like a Togo takeoff today. So basically the Airbus knows exactly for the runway length and for the temperature that flex takeoff which gives us a takeoff thrust of 84.8%, shown in the upper right corner of the upper ecam page, will be enough. This would be the same if the air temperature would be 58 degrees Celsius. This would also give just 85% of engine thrust.
We're doing pushback right now.
Alright, after start checklist. Engine mode selector.
Ignition start.
Norm. Engine mode selector, norm.
Norm.
APU bleed air off.
Give me 1 sec. APU bleed. Is it off? I don't. Where do I see that?
In the bleed area, in the air section. Upper.
Off. Yeah.
The APU master's off. So be ready with taxi. You can press. You can stop the taxi.
Will do. Taxi off.
Okay. Spoilers armed, please.
Spoilers armed. Give me 1 sec. Spoilers armed.
Spoilers armed. Rudder trim is set 0. Pitch trim is not set. We had the pitch trim, as I told you, of up 0.1. We go to our flight control page in the lower ECAS and we see the pitch trim. Herbert, can you see pitch trim is 0.0?
Yep, I see it.
We need a 0. No, you're responsible. But I think a 0.0, I don't know where you have the buttons for the pitch trim, but the 0.0 is fine because it's 0.1 today.
Yeah, it's fine.
Totally fine.
Alright.
So the flight controls check. I do the flight controls check.
Okay.
On my right side, we do full up. You change the pitch trim now to 0.1 down. It's weird. Why did you change it?
I don't think I changed it.
Full down, fully left. Do you see it on the lower page? Fully right. Rudder left, rudder right. Alright, it's your turn.
I actually don't see the...
Then press flight control page. Select the flight control page.
No, I see that, but I didn't see you move it, that's all. To the left, do you see that?
Yes, of course.
To the right. Full up. Full down. Sideways. Rudder. Right.
Okay, I'm set.
Good.
I'm setting flaps for takeoff to number 1 is set and in.
Flaps 1, yep.
Checked.
Check.
Engine eyes off, wing anti-eyes off.
Ecam status, we're good. We still need
Ecam
the 2.0
status.
config.
Now status is norm. Look, now it's a status norm. Ecam door page. We go and check doors again. All slides are perfect. We go to engine page. Good to go. Taxi.
Do we have 2A config test?
Right. That's the next. That's on the next. That's on the next.
That's on the taxi page. Okay.
Checklist, okay.
All right. Ready for taxi?
Let me get taxi clearance, please. Hold on.
All right.
Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot, request taxi. Alright, stand by. Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. Alright, he doesn't want us to taxi. We have to wait another minute. Let me check the taxi charts real quick. We were here on stand number going to so we are 180, we're facing south, right? We're facing south. Alright, Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot, taxi to holding point runway 25. Alright, we are ready for taxi. So basically, I'm gonna tell you how to taxi her. You go turning right. Oh, be careful with the thrusting. Go right.
Yeah, man.
More right, more right, more right. What are you? Be careful with those thrust levers. Alright, nose slide. I turn the nose slide on to taxi. Parking brake, please. Make a test of the brakes.
We're good?
We're good. Auto brakes, we turn those on to maximum. We check if the upper panel of the autopilot is all dashed involved. And now we can press the takeoff config
Alright.
page.
Did you press it already?
No, I press it and we're good to go.
Alright, where do I go?
Stop, 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 please. Let me check. I'm not familiar with this airport, so I need to look it up as well. So the next one is the Alpha runway, right? That's Tango. So Alpha. So you go right.
Okay.
Go right. Yeah. Now
All the way
right,
to the right?
please.
Okay. It feels like
All
almost like my right rudder is not really
Can you?
responsive.
Yeah, maybe you turn it off. There's a button here. Let me check. Does it work better now?
No, actually worse.
Okay. Now?
It's about the same. So you see, I'm
No,
going.
it's not the rudder, Herbert. You have to take the. You have to actually turn the joystick. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it better?
That's fine. No,
Can you
actually, now
stop,
it's.
please?
Yeah.
Can you stop, please? Yeah. So it looks like this is Bravo. And yeah, we have to take the right here.
All right.
Next one. Next one,
Next,
right,
okay.
please.
Gotcha.
On Bravo. And then we taxi all the way down. Alright. So I turn the weather radar on the low panel. Weather radar on. Right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn right. It's just very, very slow. All the way down?
All the way to the end. Weather radar is on. The transponder is set on ground mode. So we're in taxi mode. And we take, always important for the transponder, there's three modes. There is above mode, a neutral mode, and a below mode. The above mode is always turned on when you take off and climb, and then it will show you the traffic 9,000 feet above you, 2,000 feet beneath you. The neutral mode will show you traffic 2,000 above, 2,000 below, and the below mode is turned on during cruise flight and descent and landing. It shows you 9,000 feet below you and 2,000 feet above you. So I set the transponder and the TCAS to above. Okay, so before taxi, I check the brake temperature. it should be and then below 150 degrees, and the brake temperature is fine. We have 35 to 40 degrees.
Check.
Brake fans off, checked. Engine mode selector norm, checked. Weather radar is on, anti-skid on. All right. So Herb, we're gonna make a takeoff flex, a flex takeoff with 85% of thrust.
Okay.
In case of engine failure, before V1, we're gonna make a full rejected takeoff with full reverse, full max, max auto brake. If after V1 we're gonna take off, try to reach V2. In case of engine failure, we climb to 2,500 and we will declare emergency. And in here, it looks like we getting vectored and we try to get back as soon as possible. Our weight is, our landing weight is fine, so we don't need to dump fuel today. If in case of engine failure, we can go right back and we would make a landing on the same runway, on runway 25, and we would vacate to the left. Yeah. All right. We can take a we can take this entry. All right. Can you stop here on the holding line?
Well, yep.
No, not here.
Yeah, I see it.
Her-
Sorry. It's fine.
It's fine. Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot, runway 25, ready for departure. Line up runway 25 and wait. Austrian 1 Kilo Fox. Alright, we got the lineup clearance. Approach is clear. Takeoff is clear. Alright, we're gonna set our TCAS to TARA, which is traffic avoidance and traffic recommendations. For takeoff, we don't have avoidance recommendations. We just have traffic avoidance. All right, so line up, so we can make our preparation. Landing lights on, runway turn-off lights on, strobes on, wing lights on, and nose lights taxi.
Yep. Can you give the cabin crew? Yeah.
All right, let's wait.
Ready for takeoff?
No, we don't have the clearance yet. Okay, so Herb, what you do, you go to flex, which is the second position, the flex takeoff. After takeoff, we will turn on the, if you're in a positive climb, we will turn on the autopilot 1, and okay dokie. I start the chronometer here on my, because we want to know how long we are in the takeoff thrust mode, because the engines are actually not supposed to be longer than 2 to 5 minutes in the engine thrust mode, and especially we want to know how long we are in the air. So chrono start, Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot, ready to take off runway 25. All right, we got permission.
Ready
I'm
to
good
take
to
off.
go.
Good to go.
Thrust is fine.
Flex.
Eco thrust is set.
It's not. It's steering me to the right. I tell you, there's something wrong with the with my rudder. I'm telling you. It, for whatever reason, it goes. Look at my input. I'm all the way to the right.
Take off. Herb, take off.
Positive climb. Gear up.
Gear up. Autopilot on. Alright. Thrust to climb mode, please.
Thrust to climb mode. Give me 1 second. Thrust climb.
Thrust climb. Flaps,
Flaps up.
0. Okay. After takeoff, engine mode norm, spoilers disarmed, flaps up, gear is up, nose light off, runway turn off, lights off. I turn those off. Lights off, pack saddle on, anti-ice if needed. Climb mode, perfect. Nice, everything's looking fine. One 134.375. Alright. Rome radar, Austrian 1 kilo Foxtrot is passing 5,000, climbing 8,000 on the T-6 Bravo departure.
Das Labner, glaube ich.
On the Labna departure. Okay. Altimeters are set to standard. Alright, climbing flight level 240. Correction, 250. Austrian 1 kilo Fox. Okay, we are good to go to flight level 250.
Putting 250 in now.
And push the button so we're in managed mode. Then, alright, we're managed mode. Perfect. Alrighty. All good to go.
Your fuel level is critically low. How are we looking with fuel?
Does the plane just tell you that? The plane just tell
Yeah,
you
it
that?
showed me. FSX just showed me we have a fuel problem.
Well, I have 8 points. In the upper ECAS, in the engine, it says fuel 7,940 kilograms.
Okay.
What does it say with you?
You said in the upper ECAS?
Upper ECAM.
3,100 on each side.
No, yeah, that's the per hour usage. Underneath it tells you the FOB is the tons.
1,820.
Okay, so that wasn't synchronized. So you go on the second MCDU.
Yep.
You select load and fuel and press init load sheet.
Load and fuel. Init load sheet.
And then instant load, and actually then the 8.5 tons should be on board. Did this work? Did it work?
I don't see the right ECAS anymore. Oh wait, no, it says FOB 1700. Load and fuel. Init load sheet.
Then instant load on the right side. Load
Yeah,
instant.
Yeah, press it. It doesn't change anything. It says 1720.
Then you know what? You press 7.7
Hold on,
in
let
the
me
second MCDU.
let me
and
just
next to
hold on.
fuel.
Let me just go to the second MCDU.
Yeah.
7.7 and then
And
instant.
next to fuel. Next to fuel.
It doesn't do anything. It's grayed out.
The right one or the left?
The right. I can't get it in.
Hold on, I'm checking you on the. I'm not synchronized here on. That's weird. Check. Somehow I'm not on my Twitch. So Pipey Jazzy. Yeah, so this is not synchronized in this version of the AirPass. So but I can see her that it shows 8.5 now on the left side.
Fuel. Yeah, it's weird, but on my FOB it says 1600. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah, hold on a second. No, go back. No, go back to the second one, yeah. How can I say live mode? It's weird. It's not, I'm not live. It's weird. Okay. Can you press instant load sheet?
No, it doesn't. When I press it, nothing
Herbert,
happens.
I'm confused with the
I'm gonna run out of fuel.
Climbing 350, 3 more kilovolts. I'm setting to 350. Yes, that's our requested flight level. Yeah, we could do.
Yeah, see, I want to put in instant fuel. Oh, what the hell happened now? I lost all engines. What the hell just happened? You see my radars go too? Continuously? My radars are... My pedals are going all the time.
Well, that's why it's experimental. Fortunately, the newer stint P3D, they work better.
Alright, I think it just stays at 1500 right now. No, it actually drops. Yeah, I have no idea how to resolve the fuel problem.
If I could see your Twitch stream, I could help you, but it just shows me like it's a video. I can't go to pipe. Just let me check. I see it like it was a video.
No, I'm live.
I don't know if I can go on live.
Of course you can go on live.
Really? I just don't know how. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Pipe chess, and then when I see the video, but it's not like a live video. It always stops at some point, you know.
Hmm.
It stops where we were at 7. Oh, you haven't changed the Queen H either. It didn't synchronize, right? It's still blinking.
What?
Queen
Yeah,
H,
it's still blinking.
You have to set it to standard up there. I can see your rudder going, yeah?
Yeah, it's going all the time. There's something not right.
Let me be master maybe. I go in and I go to...
Return.
I'm no master, yeah?
Yeah.
It stopped, right?
What do you mean it stopped?
The rudder problem.
Nope. Still going.
Now it stopped. It's one.
No, mine is going all the time.
Okay. What's your altitude?
29,600.
Okay, same. Are you in point Tiber 128 DME? 12.5, 12.1 nautical miles in point Tiber.
Let me see.
On the nav page, upper right corner.
1.876543.
All right.
2.
Perfect. So I don't know how I can follow you on Twitch. That's funny. It seems to be like a video I can watch, but it's...
No,
now
my live stream is going
now
on.
it's live. Now it's live, yeah. So I can see the middle section now. Is this still the view you have?
Yeah, I'm pointing toward. No, I'm actually looking. No, I'm in.
Then go to the middle section where you can see both of the
MCDUs.
Now, fuck. Now also it's stopped again, and now it says next video plates with can.
No, you're not on the right thing. You're not on the live stream.
How can I select the live stream?
Normally you just go to my page. Just go in the browser and type in twitch.tv/pipechess.
I'm on the app, right?
No, go in the browser.
Okay, switch. Twitch. Yeah. Okay. Then it asks me to open in app because it finds out that I have an app. Okay. My favorite. Okay, now I see you live. It's another person watching, yeah. Okay, you're in the middle section, right?
Yep.
You're on the connected flight decks on the right, right?
Yep.
Can you go back to load and view? Because I had the same issue with Steven, and he just filled up the plane on the air. So I know it works. Go to load and fuel. I'm behind, I know.
Yep.
I'm behind and still don't see it. Okay, now I see it. Alright. So, actual... That's weird. That's why you usually check your FOB before you take off. Don't.
Yeah, it doesn't let me put anything into the MCDU too.
So there is a way, Herbert. You usually go up on aircraft. You press Alt, and then you go up on aircraft and go on fuel and payload. And here you say change fuel, and then you enter on each side 4 tons of fuel or 3 tons of fuel.
Oh, okay, 3 tons.
Herbert?
Yep. You said 3 tons?
You're really not loud enough anymore.
Hold on.
Austrian 1 Kilo Fox, is it possible to climb to flight level 370? Expecting 370 in 5 minutes. Austrian 1 Kilo Fox 2. So it looks like we can climb, because our FMS, our MCDU recommends an optimum flight level of flight level 380. As we are going east, we can just climb flight level 370, and Rome Radar just told us that it's possible in about 5 minutes to climb up to flight level 370, which would give us a higher speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have enough fuel now, right?
Yep. 4,700.
Perfect.
Did you put 370 in?
No, we're expecting in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Negative. We can't do 390 Austrian 1 kilo folks. Ah, so beautiful view. Looks while we are going here and soon be getting out on the Atlantic Sea, right?
On the Atlantic.
Not the Atlantic, Herb.
I mean the Mediterranean.
That's the Adria.
Or the yeah. Adriatic Sea.
The Mediterranean is in the back of ours. Right?
Yep, correct.
So we can actually, before we can actually, I'm sitting on the left side. We have changed because Herbert is the co-pilot now. As we said, we're doing the planning now for the landing. All right, I'm checking now the 80s and the weather in Vienna.
Okay.
It's like we have to go through the
Before descent.
landing performance page. We have a wind of 360 degrees, 11 knots, and the QNH is 1022.
1022.
The temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So we're going in our MCDU number 1. And we're going here to the performance page. And on the performance page, we are going to the approach page. Are you on the approach page?
Yep.
Herbert?
Mm-hmm. We are.
So I'm entering the QNH now and I'm checking if you see it, alright? The
Yep.
QNH is 1022.
Yeah, I see it.
Temperature in Vienna is 20 degrees. The wind is 11 knots from 360 degrees. 11 knots, which gives us a speed of what our minimums are 800 in Vienna, and this gives us a landing speed of
113.
113.
Okay.
Herb, you have to check. Really have to check because I don't have the same weight and balance. I have a landing speed of 130 and you have a landing speed of 113. So you should check your weight and balance again. Otherwise, we have problems.
Weight and
This isn't
balance.
synchronized. So please open your settings again. I have an actual fuel of 7 tons, so you should put in 3.5 on each side, and you should put in at least 120. I don't know if you can select the passengers.
3,500 on each side, you said?
3,500 on each side, and 100 kilos, which is should have 3
100.
tons of cargo, and like 10 tons of passengers.
Okay.
So we have
payload 13.
approximately the same landing speed, okay?
Okay. VLS is still 114 for me. It's really badly programmed. The co-piloting.
120 passengers and cargo, or maybe it's the kilograms, Herbert. It's 10,000 kilograms for coach.
Okay, hold on.
Did you put
10,000?
in
You said 10,000?
10,000 kilograms for the passengers, because one
Yeah,
passenger is
go
100
on. And
kilo,
cargo 3,000. You
100,
said.
10,000 for the passengers, and 3 tons of cargo, which
Yep.
should give you approximately the same weight. If you check now on your second MCDU in the load and fuel page, tell me your weight and what it says in there.
Okay. Cargo 3 tons, passengers 120. Cargo 28.
And what's your weight?
Hold on. Aircraft. Where do I see that? Aircraft state, aircraft doors, load fuel. Yeah. Car. Is that TOW? Takeoff weight is 62.
What?
62.
Alright, that's good. So you could, if you go to the approach mode now on your first MCDU, you should have a landing speed reference of 130.
On the flight planner, right?
No, on your performance. You go on performance page.
Performance, yeah. Approach
and
phase.
And then on your, not approach phase, never press that. Did you do that?
No, I didn't.
Next phase. Next phase. Next phase. And here, what do you see, Queen H?
Q and H, hold on.
On the left upper corner, 1022.
Yeah, 1022.
Wind, temperature. Temperature is underneath, in the second row is 20.
20, yeah.
Right. And the next one, what's the next? Is the wind 0 degrees and the 11 knots?
0 degrees 11, yeah.
No transition altitude, and the V approach, speed approach, V approach.
Is 119.
Okay, so you type 135 and press it in. 135.
Mm-hmm.
And press it in V approach.
It's in.
Okay, and what is your V landing speed?
114.
Okay, I don't know if you can change it, but this is fine. This is fine.
Okay.
And you need, you have ILS, right? You have the Barrow 800 and you have a full flaps. That's perfect. Okay, so we go back to flight plan page. Should be, I did it already. Okay. So we can go through the checklists, which we actually already did. Looking good.
We're just waiting for the descent now, right?
Before descent checklist, we had approach page, Queen H set, temperature set, wind set, transition altitude, we don't have to do that, minimum set, and the landing config is set. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we can enjoy a nice cruise. We are here across the Adriatic Sea and looking good. Okay. Austrian 1 Kilo Fox direct Lapnak. Okay, we get a direct Lapna. Fine. So we should be in Lapna in about 24 minutes, and at Lapna the latest where descent begins. So, alright. So Herbert, let's talk about the landing briefing. We are taking the Lapna arrival to via the Ballard transition and taking the ILS runway 34.
Okay.
Our minimum is 800, and in case of emergency we climb up to 500 and take the missed approach to Solena. No, to Fisherman. I think 34 is a Fisherman, and then we'll wait for another clearance. And meanwhile, I'm going and get a snack because the nice lady stewardess just offered me a little snack.
All right.
An Austrian sausage called extra wurst I'm having now. A radl, how we say it, a radl. Right? Nice weather to fly, huh? Beautiful. So, talking about different flight simulators. Right now I'm actually checking out P3D because as it looks, it has nicer airplanes, and also these shared cockpit functions in the newer versions of the Airbuses are way better, and you don't have those problems with not syncing. You don't need Hamachi, you have the server from Aerosoft where you can always jump in and get out of the plane. So yeah, we should think about maybe switching to P3D and getting one of the nice Airbuses they offer at Aerosoft.
Yeah, we need to see. So P3D is coming out with their new version 5. Let's see what happens there because it's about a week. When on the 14th they said, right? So it's 4 days from now. They're gonna release that version 5, so it might be worth just waiting those couple of days and then potentially.
Well, I'm not sure about if they can actually, when it comes out, if they can be quick enough to upgrade
I mean, they work normally with the producers, right? So in that specific sense, I'm pretty sure they are in contact with Lockheed and say, hey, what will be your changes? What needs to change for us to work? So I'll be open to getting it. It's still interesting that the rudder is going continuously on my screen, and I had problems with my rudder since we taxied. I don't know what was going on. It was
So basically, Steve and I, we tried to share it in this one, and most of the time it annoyed us. It didn't work out fine, so we actually, it would be really cool to make a shared like we do now. It's still working. Let's see how long. But so we most of the time we fly separately. He in front of me, or he flies back of me, because we had so many issues so far, you know. But as long now it's working actually not that bad. I never came that far with a shared this Airbus. All right. So Herb, we just got 370 and flight level 370 Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. What's your current altitude?
My current altitude is 332.
And in your nav page, also Lapna in 158 miles.
Yep.
Equals 1552.
Yep.
Yep.
No, it says 1549 with me.
Okay, so maybe your time is not that. What's your current Mach number? I'm flying 0.765.
Where do I see them? 0.765, yeah.
So can you turn the Mach in the upper, in the autopilot section? Can you raise your Mach to 0.80? I want to see if it's still right. I can see. Go to 7. Go to 080.
080, yeah. And then press red.
Alright, but with me it doesn't. I can't change it.
Alright.
It always switches back. Oh, now. Oh, because it's managed. Oh, now it should be accelerating. You see it in the upper?
Yep.
So if you want to have the plane, the autopilot to take care of everything, you have to push. That's called so-called mode. Managed mode is always when a ball is next to it. Then
Yep.
the airplane takes care of the angles and of the right thrust and everything. And if you want to have an open climb, for example, you want to descend now as fast as possible to 10,000, you pull. And the same with
Gotcha.
the speed. If you push it, it goes back to managed mode and it takes the data out of the FMS or so-called MCDU or FMS flight management system. And if you want to overrule it, you have to pull. So
Gotcha.
now it takes 080. Actually, it says 094 now in the indicated speed on the primary flight display. But it's looking good, yeah?
Good.
Looks like we're coming right across Trieste. What do you think? Could be Trieste, no?
Let me see. Let me go in.
No, we're in Slovenia. Trieste is the left of us on the 10 o'clock position. You can see that's actually the coast of Slovenia already.
Yep.
Trieste is in this bay you see on the left. I think it's the left on the 11 o'clock position, 10 o'clock position.
Mm-hmm.
I see the bay going in. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's the bay of Trieste, no?
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, I should if I put up my.
What's that?
Oh, give me one. Where do I see the GPS? I forgot the GPS panel. I don't know if they have it in here in the A320.
What is that?
I wasn't sure if we have the GPS, like that you have in normal FSX, where you see the GPS coordinates. That's fine.
Let me think. Basically, on the flight, the coordinates, the exact coordinates right now. Look, Pula. We are pointing. We're at 20 miles now north of Pula. Yeah, and now that's the airport. You were on airports. That's right. And the next one. No, no, you're right. The next. Go back on 10. 10.
Oh, you want me to go back?
LDAE is the next one. Whereas LDPL is on the left of ours.
Mm,
Airport LDPL.
very smooth flight. What's our current flight time? 67 minutes.
Yeah, about 67 minutes, right? Yeah, of course I want to have a drink. That'd be nice. Oh, those lovely ladies. Always taking care of us.
There's some clouds in front of us, but they don't seem very threatening.
Nah, those lovely cumulus clouds. Really nice. They're so-called nice weather clouds. Typically in summer. Really calm. No turbulences up here today. Really calm flight. Passengers are happy. I'm happy.
Good. I'm happy too.
That's good. Everybody's happy. Yeah. How can't we? Nice weather, nice flight, nice plane, everything nice. A nice Gösse. nice sausage. Yeah.
So the A320 that we're flying here, are they running General Electric engines or no? You said CFM, right? So that's Rolls-Royce.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And they have both. They have EAG and they have CFM. But the Austrian Airlines uses CFM. Talking about Austrian Airlines, have you heard about the troubles? I mean, obviously in the Corona crisis now, all the airlines have troubles. But as
Yeah.
Austrian
I heard
Airlines
it's pretty.
wasn't doing too good, they're in pretty deep shit. They're really, really deep shit. They need 800 million euros from government. Otherwise, it doesn't look too good. They're selling tons of planes. Lufthansa is selling 6 of their A380s.
Yeah, I heard
They
about
have
that.
10.
I did hear
All
about the A380 situation.
right, and also the Boeing 747. They're grounding all of them.
Wow.
And they're also grounding some A340s. They're really the A380s. They're just 8 to 10 years old. Not even some of them. $350 million planes, and they're just grounding them and giving them
crazy.
back because they say it's gonna take another 3 to 4 years to go back to before Corona crisis. Oh, hold on, I got a work call. Be right back.
Yep. So this flight, just in the meantime, we are at local time. We're a little bit late, so we initially planned on arriving slightly earlier. We're already 1 hour and 10 minutes into our travel. So we'll probably have another 92 nautical miles to Labna. And Labna is actually our last waypoint before we go into descent. So, which we should arrive in 8 minutes. Which means we very soon have to go into descent. So far so good. Pretty good flight so far. The weather is perfect. We see an airport right underneath us right now, which is, let's see what it is, LDRG. Let me see who LDRG is. LDRG. Rekia Grobnicko. I assume that is a Croatian airport, yeah? So we are right over Croatia now.
Alright. Zagreb Radar, Austrian 1 Kilo Fox is inbound Labna, maintaining flight level 370.
So we're like 8 nautical miles away from Labna. About 7 minutes till arrival.
No, that 70 miles away. 78 miles, right?
78.
So I just got a work call. So yeah, I'll be right back. I can't talk about it right now here on live stream. Okay?
Okay.
I just have to have a quick call, but let me say when is top of descent? Top of descent is what does he recommend? Actually, he recommends already top of descent. So let's go down flight level 2. Zagreb Radar, Austrian 1 Kilo Fox is anytime ready for descent. Descending flight level 230, Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot.
Going to 230. 3000. I can barely hear you, Christopher. I think because you're not in Flight Simulator. Alright.
Das ist da verschaut mit der APS.
I-
Na, passt. Da ist sie, da ist Boot. Genau. Na, wenn sie noch jetzt, wurscht. Na, ich möchte, wir fahren jetzt noch mehr Anruf, frage jetzt. Passt, ganz gut.
Right, descending to flight level
Das
210.
wird schon passen, weil das geht gar nicht. Die Kombination gibt's. Na, passt. Okay, tschüss.
Right, flight level 210.
Yeah, perfect. So we're going back to manage speed mode now. We don't want to be that fast.
Manage speed mode, and we are descending to flight level 210. We are 42 nautical miles from Labna. Do you know the ILS frequency for the landing? For runway 34? So we can already see the airport in front of us. I think we should descend a little bit faster.
So, Herb.
I think we need to descend a little bit faster than the managed
Alright,
one.
make an open descent. You just pull.
Yeah. Let's go to 1700. Oh, hold on. Let's do 1200.
No, we just pull. That's our open descent. Then it goes. We don't need the vertical speed rate. Just
Okay.
pull, and you see we go down now with 2.5.
Yeah.
And now I.
Because we're pretty
put
close.
in- we wanna be leveled at Nixie with Nixie. The Ballard is, I think Ballard is 8,000. A Ballard, yeah, we wanna be Ballard 8,000, and I put it in the MCDU that Ballard fixed 8,000. I fixed 8,000. So the plane now knows to be at 10,000 at Nixie and 8,000 at be leveled at Nixie with 10,000. So, can you follow?
Yep. Let me just zoom in here in the MCDU.
So, do we have somebody watching?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Alright, that's perfect. So I put in that we want to be at 8,000 at Ballard, the transition begin. And actually we can now go back to managed. because now the plane knows exactly how fast he has to send to be at ballot at 8,000.
Okay.
All right, we're still in the not crossed Austrian border. Ah, nice.
Let me get the. We're at 21,000 now. We're leveling off.
Yeah, Herb, you can see what's that color actually? That lila or no? What's that? How you
Lilac.
say it in?
Lilac.
Yeah, you know that color.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little dot
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
next to 215,
Yep, I see that. Yep.
and that means we are actually below the. If you see it
Nixie,
three-dimensional.
I see
No,
it.
we are below the recommended flight path. If this comes down and is on the same as on the horizon, or more or less on the middle, that means we are on the exact glide path, and so we're still high enough, so we don't have to.
Very soon we're gonna fly over Graz to our left.
Yeah, Graz will be about 20 nautical miles left of us. It's actually the biggest city near to our hometown, where my co-pilot Herbert and I am originally from.
Yep, and we should see the city. I'm in the overhead view right now. Coming up, we actually see the Mur over there, which is that river that goes through the city of Graz. Just check where we are. Oops. Yep, so it's right to our 10 right now. If we go back over here and we zoom in a little bit, we actually see the Mur here. And the airport should show up any second too.
Yeah, we see the airport. It's actually on our. If you zoom in a little bit, I can see the runway. Actually, we are right in the so in the it would be so in the localizer of the runway right now. We just hit the localizer. So there's one visitor, which is me probably, right?
Probably, yeah.
All right. 134.230. Thank you. Bye bye. Wien Radar. Hello, Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. Is flight maintaining flight level 210 and inbound Nixie. Maintaining 210, expecting ILS 34 and the ballard transition, Austrian 1 Kilo Fox. So as we expected, and I expected, he just told us we are expecting the ballard transition and the Nixie, the Lapna arrival, and All looking good. ILS 3-4 in use.
Nice. Yep, you can see the city of Graz now over there too behind the clouds. There we go.
So let us check the descent checklist.
FCU altitude set and push.
Seatbelt signs auto.
NTI is off.
Anti-ice is off.
Barometer is standard.
Still standard. After passing 10,000, seatbelt signs. Okay, we are not we didn't pass it.
Nope, we are still at 21.
All right, I set to. So Herb, can you see it now? The dot is now
Gone, yeah.
underneath, so it means we are above the recommended glide slope.
Oh, let
So
me
we
see
actually-
the MCVU. Yeah, let me see that real quick.
You can see it on the primary flight display.
Yep,
that
I
the
see it.
dot, and the dot comes out. So the plane is now descending with a descent rate of 3,400.
Mm-hmm.
Once it hit the dot, it will descend. Okay, usually when we go through clouds, we turn off engine and the ice, but it's not necessary because we just actually going above that cloud. So engine ice on
Right,
for this cloud.
Put the seatbelt signs back on.
I just put them on auto. We put them on once we pass 10,000.
Gotcha.
So usually when you go through, you turn on engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice is not as needed, but engine anti-ice is needed usually, but not with this cloud. We're really through it really.
It's getting a
quick.
little
It's
bit
not
foggy outside.
Yeah.
A little bit of condensation, but it's warm enough outside to not freeze.
So, can you see that green? So, can you see on the left display Nixie?
Give me 1 second.
On the nav display, you should see Nixie already.
Let me just switch back to my view. I'm just going through the views here real quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
There we go. Nav display Nixie. Yep.
And I told our FMS, our MCDU, I said I want to be at 10,000, and you can see now this turquoise turquoise arrow going down. This is the indication that we will be exactly at 10,000 at Nixie.
Perfect.
I said 10,000. If I would go and set it 8,000, doesn't matter. We will still be. We would be 6,000. We can actually set it to 8,000 because I want to be at 8,000 at Ballard, but Nixie would be 10,000, or let's check 10,000. Right, 10,000 would be 10,000.
Getting a few turbulences right now.
Yup. Hitting some turbulences. So, ooh, it's a little turbo. I think we can turn on the seatbelt signs already.
Let me do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I switch it on real quick because the folks should get on their seats. So here, you see the dot now next to on the primary flight display?
Yeah.
See the dot? It's now in the middle. Can you see it?
Um.
Next to 12, there's the little.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see it. Yep, yep.
So it means
We're perfectly
we are perfectly on that descent. We're not above, and we are not. And then
below,
the
yeah?
plane now descends with a rate of 1,000 per minute. And it exactly knows now we are actually exactly on the way.
Perfect.
And the speed too, we have a range of between 250 and 290. Look, but actually I will accelerate a little bit because he wants us to get in quicker. Usually they wanna have us in with at least 300 in Vienna. They wanna have us in with at least 300 and then at least 200 intercepting and then 160 until 40 ME. Because they have so much traffic, they wanna have us in quick. Alright, so I going to blend mode, Herb, up there. And I'm going through, and you can now see on plan mode, on a nav page, we can go through the waypoints and see, that's Ballard. That's next one is, look, that's
Ballard,
Nixie,
yeah.
there's our plane. Next one is Ballard, that's we're 8,000. Then Whiskey, then look,
6,000.
then we go Nixie, Ballard, Whiskey, what is this? 988, 998. Then we turn right, that's the Ballard transition. Then we fly down the down part, maybe we get a vectoring, a short approach, and don't have to make the whole transition. You see? Then we go east, and then that's actually our final.
Gotcha.
I hope we get there. And here our glide slope begins at Whiskey 971. Maybe we get a direct to Whiskey 971. Let's talk to Green Radar. Can we expect the short approach or the whole transition? Okay, expecting vectoring on the downwind of the transition. Austrian 1 Kilo Fox. Looks like he doesn't want to have us the full transition. On the downwind, he will probably vector us to Whiskey 972 probably, or depends on the traffic there. Okay, we can turn on landing lights. After 10,000 landing lights on and landing system on, please, Herbert.
Landing system on?
Yes.
Landing system on.
Thank you. Alright, the next is approach checklist. Reduce nav display to arc mode and 10 miles. Okay, this is... we can leave it at 40 miles for now. But arc mode 10 miles, show constraints. Okay, show constraints. Active approach mode. Usually active approach mode, you activate approach mode like 20 miles DME or 20 miles near the airport. Approach mode is in the air pass. It takes care of the speed. Once you set flaps, it reduces speed for a next level. So that's it. Yeah. So actually, I'm on the approach checklist.
Perfect. So we just basically wait for basically setting flaps. Do we need to set the cabin pressure now?
No, so everything's set.
Okay.
Set.
Oh, we're getting a couple of clouds in here now, huh?
Yeah.
Back to Austria, shit weather.
Yeah, can you see on our 11 clock position, you can see the Neusiedler See lake, the biggest one here in the area.
You said
See
11
it, Herb?
o'clock?
No, 1 o'clock position,
1
the
o'clock.
Neusiedler
That's what I was
See.
wondering. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's actually already our final. The runway 34, the ILS run 34 is going, so we're actually turning, you can see it on the nav page. We're going close to the lake now. We're going to Ballard, then we go close to the lake. And then we going back to the lake, and then we fly almost from the Hungarian border back towards north to the ILS runway 34.
Okay.
Heavy traffic there. So you can see the constraints, Herbert, on the nav page with each waypoint.
Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit. Yep.
See, Ballard has 8,000, and it seems that it's already 6,000, which means now we have to change to the current QNH. Current QNH in Vienna is 1022.
Let me put that in.
Right. We can actually already put
1022?
not yet. No, not yet put it in. Once we start the descent, okay?
Gotcha.
And look, we had 8,400, and the plane, as we told him at Ballard to be levered at 8,000, it will be exactly at 8,000 at Ballard.
Perfect.
And Ballard seems to be in Wiener Neustadt. Look, on our left you can see the South Autobahn going from Graz and also from Styria to Vienna. And on our left side we can see Wiener Neustadt. Actually on our 12 o'clock position we're going exactly across Wiener Neustadt.
Yep,
Right
I see it
now.
in front of me. Yeah.
And on the left side that's the highway from Graz to Vienna or Knittelfeld to Vienna. And that's actually the military airport of Wiener Neustadt right in front of us.
Yeah, we see it in front there.
Yeah, there's the airfield of Wiener Neustadt. Now we are turning right towards Whiskey 998. Direct Whiskey 980 Austrian 1 Kilo Fox. Okay, we got a direct now. We got a direct from the controller going direct to Whiskey 980, which is a shortcut. And I just put it into the MCDU. Did you got that, Herb? And on our nav plates, you see our next point is not the one we expected. It's not Ballard.
It's Whiskey 9082.
Right, we got a direct, and it says more drag now. Can you see that? On the primary flight display. Can you see that, Herbert?
Let me see. Where would I see that on the primary?
Primary flight display on the above.
Yeah, more drag, yeah.
That is because on Whiskey 9 you have to be at 6,000 or above, and in my autopilot section on the upper panel you see I haven't put in 6,000 yet.
Yeah.
So I have to be 6,000 and press push, so it's managed, and now it's starting to descend. And if it keeps saying more drag, you have to extend the auto brakes. Then the auto brakes will decelerate the plane, and actually we can still be on. We will go back to 250 now. 250, because under 200, under 10,000, you usually 250. No, actually in Vienna it's 275.
Should we put in 1022?
Right, Herbert, you're totally right. Now 1022, yeah. And you will see it will change your altitude indication.
And then press it or pull it?
It says pull for standard. I think you have to push it then for QNH.
I can't push it. Can you push it in?
I did. You have to pull it and with the left mouse click you have to push it. On the upper panel, Herbert.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm pressing it, but it just changes the... I can't push it. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes, there is different way you can because in America you have in inch per hectare per inch Quecksilver, and in Austria, in Europe you have hectopascal.
Yeah.
So it has to be hectopascal.
Yeah, it is.
And then push it, the button, push it in the middle.
Christopher, for the third time now, every time I push it, it just changes the from 1022 to 2021.
Yeah, I know it's a problem. You have to try to push it on different.
I tried. It doesn't work. That's why I'm telling you. You should push it.
I did, but it obviously is not synchronized because I did.
Yeah, I can't push it. Maybe I go into.
Herb, press B. Just B.
Yeah, hold on.
Just the B.
Hold
Bravo.
on.
On the tastatur, keyboard, B. Then it would change. Now you have it in. Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you press B or what was it?
No, I just put it in again. Now it says 16 though for me. Oh, every time I press B, it puts it to 1016.
It could have changed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
it could have changed the pressure. Let me check. That was when we were in the cruising level. Let me check. But I'm sure it has changed. Yeah. It obviously has changed. Yeah. Yep. Look, now we're going left. We're almost final. So, do you see the constraint is still 16 for the next waypoint? For the next two ones, it's also still 6,000. We go to 10, back to 10. You see for Whiskey 974 on the nav page, it's still 6,000. Herbert?
Yeah, I'm here.
Still 6,000.
Mm-hmm.
But on the next one it's 4,000 and we are intercepting the glide scope 4,000. Actually I just got clearance. Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot is cleared ILS runway 34 established at the localizer. Will report established at the localizer, Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot. So basically he cleared us now for the ILS and once we established we will tell him. So Herb, you can turn on approach mode now. It's the approach mode is in the autopilot section.
It's on.
And you can turn it on. Perfect. And now we can also turn on the MCDU1. We go on perf, and we can. You see perf?
Mm-hmm.
You see? You just follow me doing it, and I activate approach mode now.
Okay.
And then I will activate it. And now approach mode is on. And now we're intercepting the glide slope. Do you see that?
No, where?
And now you see it, Herbert, on your primary flight display when the route
Oh yeah,
is
see,
in
yeah, in the middle we have it.
and the route is in the middle. That's the localizer, and the glide slope comes in on the
Localizer,
right
it's
side.
there, it's log. Altitude
Right.
CST, yeah.
Austrian 1 Kilo Foxtrot established localizer runway 34. Will report established at the glide scope. Austrian 1 Kilo
Do
Foxtrot.
we need to put
So-
in flaps 1?
Now I put the speed back to manage mode, and you can see it decelerates. We can put flaps 1 out with under 220. All right, flaps 1's.
Sorry, flaps 1.
Flaps 1 is good. Flaps 1 is good.
Alright,
But
flaps
we
1.
leave it now for flaps 1, and he wants us to be. Herbert, you can see now on your primary flight display,
Mm-hmm.
on the left corner, you can see that's the frequency of ILS runway 34. It's 108.10.
10, yeah.
And the DME, that's the measurement, that's the distance measurement, and the
20
distance measurement
20.4,
is
yeah.
29. And usually the ATC wants us to be at the highest speed, the longest you can get, so
So you come in
planes get
faster.
in faster. And he wants us to be 160 until 4 DME, which means at 4 DME we can, at 6 DME we lower the gear. And we are still with flaps 1. You can see in your primary flight display, flaps 1 means actually slats. It's not the flap, the slats is the flap who comes out in the front. And you can see in your Ecam 1 that just the slat is out.
Yeah, I
And
see that,
your
yeah.
speed indicator shows you slat next for S for slat next to 180. You see that?
Yes. It's on
And
the...
that exactly, Herb.
Yep.
And that I just told the crew to sit down. And next, when we lower the next flap, the approach mode, when we activate it, tells the plane automatically to go to the next speed, okay?
Okay.
So basically, we are now, we stay 180 as long as we get. We can stay at least until 10 DME. We make our checklist, our approach checklist, okay? Flaps set.
Intercepting. Flap set. Um, intercepting localizer on. Landing
And
gear.
glide slope, you see, we are going to intercept the glide slope soon. It's the router who comes down on the upper side,
Yeah.
on the right side next to your altitude.
I see it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
And once we intercept it, we tell the controller, the approach controller, and then he will hand us over to tower. The tower will actually give us the clearance for landing, you know?
Gotcha.
So now we are intercepting localizer. FCU approach mode on, landing gear is not down, spoilers armed. We said, okay, spoiler is armed. Did you check?
Spoilers armed. Yes.
Okay. We just intercepted this glide slope. Austrian 1 kilo, so Foxtrot intercepted ILS runway 34.
Landing gear down.
Calling tower 119.4. No, not down her. 6 DME. We are 12 DME.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you can set, you can
Flaps
now
2?
set flaps 2, yeah?
Flaps 2.
Flaps 2 and a speed of 160 because the approach mode would... And I had to change now to not managed mode because we want 160 until 4 DME.
Yep.
We want to keep 160 high speed until
Gotcha.
4 DME.
Yep.
And with 160 we can lower the gear with no problem. Okay, landing gear is not down. We say open. Landing gear open. We keep a point in the checklist open.
Okay.
Spoilers armed. Auto brake we set to low. Please set auto brake to low. We make a auto brake low. Auto brake low, please.
Okay. Auto brake. I forgot what the auto brake was.
It's next to the upper ecam. Right, it's the auto brake.
Low on. Yep.
Thank you. Auto brake low is set. Spoilers are armed. No slide is set to takeoff. Runway turn off lights is on. Okay.
Do we stay at flaps 2 for landing?
Hold on a second. Wind tower, Austrian 1 kilo Fox. Austrian 1 kilo Fox, cleared. Land runway 34. Alright, please flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
Gear down. We are 60 ME.
Gear down.
Outer marker. We have an outer marker. That was an old navigation. You see outer marker blinking on the right primary flight display. It was outer marker. It's OM. That's just to control that how far you're away from the. Okay, set flaps 4, please.
Flaps 4. Give me 1 second.
Landing gear down.
Landing gear down.
Spoilers.
Arm.
Auto brakes.
Low.
No slide. Landing lights on.
On.
Okay. Landing checklist on our upper ecam is also all green, which is good. So I'm ready to turn off the autopilot now if you're fine for it.
Sure. Autopilot disengage.
Okay. Autopilot disengaged. Alright, so I'm fine.
You have control.
Control.
You have a little wind from the
800 is our minimums. A little bit too high, as you can see on the puppy lights.
500.
So 200
100
is our
above.
minimum.
Minimums.
Just have a cut 1 landing.
400.
Minimums.
Continue.
Minimum 300.
Middle marker.
Alright. There he goes. Smooth and slow.
5.
Decel. Reverse green. $80 knots. 60 knots. Auto brakes off. Reverse off. AP on. Strobe off, please. Landing lights off. Taxi lights
On.
taxi. And APU on.
APU master on. And start.
Clear flaps, please.
Clear flaps. Flaps cleared.
Check lights, please. No slide taxi.
Nose lights
Landing lights
taxi.
off.
Landing
Let's
lights
take off. No slide taxi, please.
Oh yeah, taxi,
No,
yeah.
that's taxi. Yeah. Runway turn off lights off. Strobes off. Transponder standby, please.
Transponder standby, hold on. Transponder
Thank you.
standby.
Weather radar off.
I don't know how to do that.
It's on the opposite. Look, I show you this way. On the opposite of the transponder. Here.
Oh, I see
You
it,
see
yep.
that switch?
Yeah, I see it.
That's off. That's on. That's off. Landing system off.
Landing system off.
And we're checking brake temperature. That's fine. APU master is on. APU start. APU is available.
Yep.
Perfect.
Hold on. APU is available, yeah.
Austrian 1 Kilo Fox vacated runway 34 to the left. Taxi to stand Fox 1 via Lima. Fox 1 via Lima. So, das ist nicht Lima. Da ist Lima, ja. Dort links. War ein schöner Flug, muss ich sagen, wirklich. Tagerl. Vor
That was a nice
Turbulenzen,
flight.
wo wir reingekommen sind.
Couple of turbulences on the way in.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking German. So I'm used to talk German, but yeah, it was a little bumpy on the way in to Austria. Alrighty.
But speaking of frame rate, right now here my frame rate's like 12.
Mine too.
It's,
I also have the frame. I have 12 between 12 and 13. Yeah.
it's awful.
Yup. That's really awful.
It's time for the new one.
Totally. Alright, taxi line 35. He told us taxi line 35. That's taxi line T35 to Foxtrot 1. Right, the first one on the right. Ah, guy's waiting already there. Perfect. Foxtrot 1. Foxtrot 1.
There we go.
Little bit right. Just a little bit right.
You're good. A little bit further. Further,
Stop.
further.
Say stop
No, go
for
on.
me.
Go on. Go on.
It says too far now for me.
Alright, that's fine.
Parking brake on. Engine master 1 and 2 off, please.
Engine master 1 and 2 off. Give me 1 second. 2 off, 1 off.
Engine's cooling down. Engine number 1. Beacon light off.
1 second. Beacon light off. Beacon light off.
Nose light off.
Nose light off.
Seatbelt signs off.
Seatbelt signs off.
Fuel pumps off.
Let me go up there. Fuel pumps, right? Off. That's all
External
of them, right?
power on.
External power on.
APU masters off.
APU master off.
Alright. Let's open the doors. Aircraft doors.
Okay.
Front left. And control F12. Operate jetways.
I sadly don't see that, which sucks. Control Shift F12.
Maybe you have no just control F12.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. For whatever reason, the GSX is not doing what it's supposed to.
No,
be doing.
Herbert, press Alt and then you go on the Alt and then go on add-ons on the upper right side.
Yeah.
And there you should see GSX.
No, it's not in there. That's the problem.
So maybe you haven't installed it the right way. Or something had gone. So,
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's not that important.
so guys, we're here in Vienna. We landed safely. Everything worked out the way we wanted.
Yep.
It was a beautiful flight. Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll have another flight very soon.
See you the next time, guys.
See ya. Bye bye.